Peggy, thank you for being here.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
Can you tell us who you are and where you're from and what your role is?
Sure. I'm Peggy Brenner, and I am the Regional Director of Nursing for ACTS Retirement Life Communities. I'm in the Northeast region, which encompasses the Pennsylvania region. And I'm also our ACTS Signature Experience Coach for the Northeast region.
And what is that?
We don't use the terminology culture change. It's understood, but our previous CEO wanted something that was so appropriate, so he named it our ACTS Signature Experience, because each individual has a specific signature which makes them unique. So we call it our ACTS Signature Experience, our culture change journey. Yeah, it's unique.
That's awesome. Now, how many years have you been coming to the Pioneer Network Conference?
I think I have attended at least a dozen.
Oh my goodness.
ACTS is, they're truly advocates of person-centered care, and we have a lot of love for Pioneer Network. And so usually they'll send at least 8 to 10 of us every year.
Wow. What do you feel that you've personally gained from coming to the conference, and what have you been able to bring back to ACTS as well?
Well, we first and foremost learned how to truly define what a home should be for our residents. And we looked at the personhood of each individual, and Pioneer Network taught us that the disease and the disability does not define the person. Each person is unique and has their own personhood. We also took back a number of principles, and one of the main principles is choice, that every resident should have choice despite the degree of frailty, despite the degree of disability. We looked at resident empowerment and staff empowerment, whereby we realized that these people, again, regardless of their state of disability, should be able to make decisions. And one thing we learned, and I learned it particularly from Pioneer Network, was the importance of relationship building. And I must give kudos to Barbara Frank, yeah, because she has stressed every year at Pioneer Network the importance of relationships and knowing the person. And we also looked at education, and we realized that with 27 communities, CCRCs along the East Coast, it's very difficult to try to educate and inspire everyone with just a handful of people. So we developed coaches, which are truly our champions of culture change in each region, and they conduct education, learning circles, and ongoing education in all our regions. And then, of course, the least important to us is the physical environment, but we have made numerous changes based on a lot of the wonderful presentations we've seen at Pioneer Network. We've made a lot of design changes in our communities based on home.
You know, I love that you talked about relationship building and knowing the person, because we think that's just such a foundational aspect of what we do. Have you used any of our other resources in our resource library or in our bookstore or our webinars or things like that?
We haven't used the webinars, but we have used a number of the books in the bookstore. We've taken a lot of information from Jonah Ranch, from Carmen Bowman, from Barbara Frank. In fact, we were part of the National Learning Collaborative, I guess it was approximately 10 years ago. And Barbara had invited at least 3 of our communities to be part of that. And of course, we shared all the information that we learned from that. And I think that was paramount to learning more about culture change.
Yes. Well, we are so pleased to have ACTS here every year, and I'm so happy that you've gotten so much yourself and your team from our conference and from Pioneer Network. So thank you again for being here.
You're very welcome, and I just want to say this is one conference, Penny, and we all agree where everyone will share. We meet a lot of people, and we exchange our business cards, and we share information. In fact, yesterday I met a gentleman, and I was very interested in what he was saying at the presentation, and last night he sent me a plethora of information.
That's wonderful.
by email. So we're hoping that every year we'll continue to come.
We learn from each other.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Peggy.
Thank you.